Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Latin Explaining. My name is Denise Gonzalez. For those who do not know me, for those who do, welcome, guys. It's nice to have you guys here. I see that already Jose Morena, the woman of the hour, Christina, Laura Hokage already started the chat. Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know this is very unusual for me. Like Morena said, let's get those likes up, people, and subscribe to the channel. Unfortunately, for professional reasons, I had to delay this stream a little bit. Well, not a little bit, 2 freaking hours. But I am here. You guys thought I was not coming? I am coming because today's stream is in celebration of people that are like me, Libras. And I know this is very unusual. It's not necessarily business related, but it has to be spoken about, in my opinion. Like, I love talking about it. Today is going to be a very different setting. If you have had experiences with us, if you have encountered an evil Libra, which is very unusual, I want to hear from you. If you have had funny moments with us, or whatever your experience is, or if you're a Libra yourself and you want to share your thoughts, this is the stream that you want to be in. But before we go into the main topic, you guys know how I always started. Let's get this show started and start with the news.
Take it to the next level.
Boy, oh boy, Donald Trump has done it again. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sundown. Morena says evil Libras. No. Opinionated one. Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Trust me. But like Jose said, we're unique and special people. So, I mean, of course I am biased, but who cares? Anyway, going back to the news, former President Donald Trump will release his new social media platform. I don't know how many of you guys follow me on Instagram, but it was released yesterday that Donald Trump, through his company, Trump Media and Technology Group, has acquired or merged with Digital World Acquisition Corp to actually, in the upcoming weeks, we don't know yet what's the date. It has not been announced yet. I'll keep you guys posted. But after an $875 million merger deal with DWA Corp, he has now announced that he will be starting his own social media platform. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, hell no, we don't want to hear from the Cheeto. Trust me, I do want to hear from the Cheeto. He's funny as hell. But aside from all of that, I mean, you can hate the guy or love the guy. We are never going to have a funnier president than Donald Trump. That is a reality. He's funny as hell, especially when he started stuttering his words and whatnot, or his tweets were hilarious, whether you love them or hate them. But in all honesty, I'm excited for this because something that we have seen that we don't speak too much about is censoring nowadays. Unfortunately, since the government stuck its nose in social media and the internet and started regulating a lot of things, we saw for the first time in history how the president is not even exempt from censorship himself. So little us, the simple mortals, trust me, we're not also an exception to this rule. So I disagree with the fact that, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram ban him from existence, even when he was still on his term. So, unfortunately, Jose said Trump is the ultimate slow tap. You know what? In certain aspects, yes, yes. He sometimes Donald Trump, Jesus Christ. Uh, but in all honesty, I agree. We should not censor certain things because we should not censor anything. I think at this point, like if it's not like child PORN, we should not be involved in that. If it's not something criminal, I don't think it should be banned from the internet. We should all be able to see it and coexist with each other's opinions. So I commend Donald Trump for actually creating his own social media platform and actually having a say on this. And I am ready to hear from him on his new social media. If you are ready or excited about, hearing from the Cheeto and his communications to social media, put a number one in the chat. If you think he should just shut up and not do anything about it, put a number two. um, but in all honesty, like I said, I don't believe in censorship. I have explained, like, if you guys don't know, like, if somebody's catching this on the replay, or if you're here and you've never visited Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, we talk about censorship on one of his streams, and we discuss about um, how this has gotten too far, and why we're, especially why I disagree with it. Basically because Jose put like a lot of number twos. Especially because Marina says, I feel different, gotta see what this is about. Yeah, definitely. But one thing I would say is, like, if you guys don't know at some point, or haven't been watching, because sometimes we're too caught up in life, but in 1996, I believe, if somebody correct me if this is not the right year, I literally just jumped in. You guys know, like, I've been doing all kinds of stuff today, but the Telecommunications Act that Bill Clinton introduced, when we had like 50 networks that will give us different points of views on stuff that was happening in this country, internationally, and whatnot. He introduced um, that act precisely because he said, "Yeah, we're gonna regulate the networks, and some of them might shrink." And that's what we're seeing today. We only have what, 6 networks today, because supposedly we're gonna have unlimited access to information without any kind of censorship or control. Um, and that was the internet. Now the problem is that, now what we were promised, which was like unlimited access to certain things, is being regulated as well, because let's not forget that media is media. And if you control media, we learned that with Gaddafi, we learned that with Kim Jong-un. If you control what the media portrays, look, of course you're going to manipulate public opinion. So I've never seen in the history of this country, or any country for that matter, how media is not censored in any way. So for the people that are wishing that censorship dies, honey, go to Macy's or Beth Bath and the fucking Beyond, buy a freaking nice little cushion for your booty, because you're gonna be waiting a long freaking time. I can tell you that right away. Censorship is here and it's not going anywhere. It has always been here. If you don't believe me, oh boy. And speaking of censoring people and shutting people up, something I wanted to share is that yes, he's back. He is back. If you guys don't know who he is, I am here to tell you guys what it's up. Many of you guys saw, I believe, in 2019, especially my fellows Latinos that live in the East Coast. You saw in 2019, during the summer of 2019, 12 days for when Ricky Rosselló was still in office as the governor of Puerto Rico. You guys saw how Puerto Ricans all across the world protested, demanding his resignment. Like, we wanted this motherfucker out after he was exposed saying all kinds of crazy stuff, even letting 4,625 Puerto Ricans die after Typhoon Maria. And I say typhoon because a lot of people say hurricane, but in reality, category 5 hurricane is a typhoon. So after that, the Puerto Rico was destroyed. He was in a Telegram chat with all of his office directors and Secretary of State and all kinds of stuff, telling people jokes about, calling women bitches, like, this bully this bitch so that she can shut up. He was making fun of a person that he used for marketing. He was obese, and then he started making fun of him. Then he started making fun of other people in his party, and he was like, "Oh, like, cogemos de pendejos hasta los nuestros, like, we make a fool of our own." Then he started making fun of people having to depend on generators, like, "Oh, this Christmas is going to be better because we're not going to have the smell of gasoline um, because of the freaking generators and whatnot," among a lot of stuff. Let's not forget that this man also, while embezzling with his wife, Beatriz Rosselló, millions of dollars through the corporation that they started to help Puerto Rico, um, that a lot of people donated, even people from the East Coast, even New Yorkers, Floridicans, Kelly Ricans, all the Ricans donated to that, thinking that we were helping our people. But in reality, while we were sending supplies, he was storing them on warehouses hidden from the public so that people could not have access to them. And how do we discover this? Well, after we fired his ass, after 12 days of heated protests, all around the world, wherever there was a Rican, they were protesting. So after we fired his ass, he did not disclose about, like, what was happening with the warehouses. We saw that there was 1 million water bottles dumped in, like, literally like a gravesite in Dorado, Puerto Rico, while people could not even drink, and that, and also flush their toilets and whatnot. His party was also taking the supplies that we sent and distributing among themselves, while people starved, while people were not having water, while people were not having anything. And on top of that, those million bottles of water, he let them just get expired. So, ya, Morena, es un come mierda. En Puerto Rico decimos un cabrón. But but it's the same concept. So basically, among a lot of other things, the way we discovered this was because in January 2020, there was several earthquakes happening in the southwest area of Puerto Rico, which is Ponce, Guanica, and whatnot. And to be honest with you, a lot of them were requesting that we donated a lot of stuff. So we had the Lion Man. I interviewed him here. We spoke about this. Like, if you don't know who the Lion Man is famous for, go to the interview that I did with him. He was the person that actually took it to himself and started looking into things and discovered the warehouse with the supplies. He was the one. And because he's always filming what he encounters in the island, taking the mask off from these politicians that smile at us but fuck us in the ass while they're doing that, he uncovered this thing and started posting it on his social media. And that's what made him incredibly famous, not only in Puerto Rico, but also to the diaspora out here in the US. So when we saw that, people started asking questions. because Ricky Rosselló and his party let all this stuff go bad. A lot of the things and supplies that we sent to Puerto Rico were expired because he stored them in a warehouse where they will go shopping for things that they needed for their families, but Puerto Ricans could not have access to that. So, to be honest with you, after that, Wanda Vasquez, the AG, that actually the Attorney General that actually had to assume power after we fired his ass and everybody that was tied to him, she put them in packages that promoted her campaign for 2020. Yes, they're that descarados. And as if that wasn't enough, the motherfucker decides to run to become one of the lobbyists for statehood with $170,000 a year salary in Washington, which basically they're not doing anything because they don't have access to the White House, they don't have access to the Capitol, they don't have access to anything. They're just out there holding postcards and saying, hey, make Puerto Rico a state and let's go, taking pictures and going home, while literally we're paying $170,000 to each six of them. So, as if that wasn't enough, he was set to speak about the national debt. Well, not national, but basically the state debt that we have of $78 billion so far in Puerto Rico. And he was set to speak in the House of Representatives on behalf of his party and the administration of his father and whatnot, which is the worst administration we have had in modern ages in Puerto Rico. And basically, a lot of people started calling, hell no. We all started just speaking up. A lot of people were like, nah, he's unwelcome. So eventually, they decided to just not bring him to the House of Representatives to speak about nothing. So his wife, as usual, Beatriz Rosselló, basically convoked a protest today, um, to actually protest this stuff, because in his crazy mind, Ricky Rosselló still thinks that he said his best interest is to protect the island and statehood and whatnot, because that's the solution that he thinks that will fix our problem, when in reality is not. In reality, the more they push for statehood, the less jobs we have, the less money we have, the more taxes we have to pay, and among other things. So basically, they just want to enrich themselves by pushing this on people. And to be honest with you, the majority of Puerto Ricans were not there, but we always have donkeys in every community. So, of course, we saw several donkeys today protesting with Ricky Rosselló so that he could be welcome. And a lot of people were congratulating this fucker. I have no sympathy for him. I don't feel sorry. But literally, I wanted to touch on that because Ricky Rosselló is like a herpes. Okay. Just when you think he's gone, he pops up back again. Okay. And this herpes, we will have to get rid of one way or the other. Like, either we keep protesting or he's going to have to learn his place, because we're not going to forget what happened. This is a dynasty of shit. You have Pedro Rosselló, all of his office directors embezzle several millions of dollars from every public agency. We're talking education, health, the police, everything. They embezzle from every freaking agency in his 8 years in power. Okay, so that's basically what bankrupted Puerto Rico. And then you have like a tandem effect with Sila Maria Calderon, Aníbal Acevedo Vila asking for loans they knew that Puerto Rico could not repay, other than shrinking the government. And when Fortunio did that, then Fortunio literally just created a bigger debt by making the public-private associations. We saw it with um, the airport was sold. The Pedro Rosselló already sold the Puerto Rican Telephone Company, and we saw it also with Metropistas, which basically all of our checkpoints now are in like the worst state I've seen them in my life, and they're not even painted. They're a disgrace. every road in Puerto Rico has potholes that you can literally see hell from the top. You can say hi to the devil. That's how deep those potholes are in Puerto Rico. But Fortunio then messes us up. And that's why we're at the state we're at. And all of that stuff was inherited to the most incompetent governor we have had, which was Alejandro Garcia Padilla. And when he could not pay all of that money that was owed, then we had Barack Obama impose an oversight board, which is people we don't have the power to elect in office to tell us how to spend our money and create austerity measures so that people starve themselves a little bit so that we can pay the debt. I hope that that has summed up literally um, what has happened. And as if that wasn't enough, if you think that was enough, my people, I love my people, but in all honesty, as if that wasn't enough, we elected Pierluisi, which is the same thing, from the same party and whatnot, and they are not prosecuting Ricky, and that's why he's still in office, basically holding an office, and we're paying him with taxpayers' money. So I hope if you didn't knew why Puerto Rico owes so much money, that's why. And this person wanted to go and adjust the debt and talk to the House of Representatives. Come on. He has no place in that. But let's just keep moving, guys. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is R. Kelly. R. Kelly's child pornography trial is set to begin in August 2022 in Chicago. I know we have heard a lot about Robert Kelly. I know a lot of people hate his guts. We all believe he deserves to pay for his disgraceful acts and disgusting acts. But he was already found guilty on his previous case. Now he's going for child pornography. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. I think this is it. It's a wrap for R. Kelly. It's such a shame that we see such a talented person have to go through all of this stuff simply because he could not reach out for help. I know, I don't know if you guys have seen his story, his biography. I know that R. Kelly went through like dark, dark, dark trauma. However, we don't owe him understanding for what he went through, which is why I agree that he should be prosecuted. Now, I don't agree that he belongs in jail. I believe he belongs in a mental facility for life. Which is where he might find some peace. But in reality, we know that he's gonna go to jail because the correction system doesn't correct it. So I will keep you guys posted on what's going on. But to be honest with you, I am glad that they got him. This is not 2008. We're not going to continue with this fuckery where we're like, oh, he might have not done it. No, he did. Okay, he did. Now I'm still giving the side eye to certain older ladies that fell to his trap because come on, bitch, you're 34. Okay, you're 34, you're not a child. Like, you should have known. And also, one thing I want to say, why we're not prosecuting the parents? Why we're not prosecuting the parents that offered their kids to R. Kelly like a tribute so that he could do with them whatever the hell he wanted? That's why I said I don't believe in the system. You guys know I have a criminal justice background, but this is precisely why I don't believe in the system. If we are to get rid of this problem, I believe the parents to also share the same shame that R. Kelly is suffering because they are both equally compliant on this. So come on. I see that Morena says, unfortunately, he did, and I hate that I love his music. Absolutely. R. Kelly has one of the best voices. Even this motherfucker can't even do reggaeton. How many of you guys saw his collab with Wisin and Yandel? If you have not listened to Burn It Up, I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you. This man, that's a shame. He's so talented. He had no need to do this stuff. I don't understand why we don't have more outreach, mental health things. institutions, I'm sorry, so that people like this don't have to resort to this nasty behavior, and we can correct it before something bad happens. I see that Morena says that's a fact, Denise. The parents basically allow their children to be molested. Yeah, definitely. It's like I said. You see parents like, oh, like I just brought her to the concert so that she could meet R. Kelly and he could help her with her music career. Bitch, please. And I can look, I'm gonna give the mom the side eye, but the father, come on, your job is to protect your daughter. What the fuck is going on with you? Because we know as women, come on, sometimes we don't even know how to keep certain things. But that's literally a male's job. Like, if you fail at that, don't even talk to me. Like I said, I'm giving the parents a side eye, and I'm giving the injustice system a side eye with that shit. The fact that they're like, oh no, we're not going to prosecute the parents. Get the hell out of here. Come on now. Come on now. Now, speaking of people doing despicable acts, Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jensen Medina, but I'm not going to go into it. Probably in the weekend. If you guys want to know who Jensen Medina is, send me a DM and I'll make a show so you guys can see how despicable this motherfucker is. He killed a 33-year-old woman over a fucking cell phone at the Marina in Fajardo. He faked his license, and on top of that, gets out of jail. He's out on bail when he should be inside. Because if I recall, the Puerto Rican Injustice Department gave a dude that shot at a freaking horse $1.5 million in bail. But for Jensen Medina shooting Arelis Mercado cold-blooded for a fucking cell phone, he gets $300K. Make that shit make sense. And I understand that a lot of people will come at me and say, oh, the bail is not set based on the crime. I get that. I know that. The bail is basically a guarantee that you will show up to your hearing. But there's also an important factor when imposing a bail on an individual, and that is how much of a fucking threat he poses to society. Now, we have this dude thinking he was a cowboy at the marina, shaking a gun that he did not even have a license for, and then killing a woman in cold blood. And then when you examine his character, a few months before that, he got into an altercation and broke a freaking bottle on the top of the head of a server at a restaurant. He's dangerous. Hi, Johnny. How are you? I want to remind everybody that's coming up, please like the video. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. But let's go back to Jensen. And now this dude, it's out here. It's been 2 freaking years. There's no justice whatsoever because he has money. So that mom has to literally, it's been 2 years that she has had to show up at freaking court, watching this motherfucker smile. He did not even surrender himself when the cops were looking for him. I have followed this case since the beginning, August 18, 2019. We have Derek Chauvin already prosecuted, found guilty, and sentenced. And he killed somebody. He killed George Floyd in May last year. He was fully prosecuted already. But Jensen Medina killed somebody in 2019, and we're still trying to drag this shit out. Make that shit make sense. But then when we complain about the injustice system of Puerto Rico, then, oh no, it's not us. We're okay. Our system works. Trust the system. This is what I believe. Unfortunately, I'm going to say it openly. You can come for me. But I believe in Puerto Rico, we have to start taking the justice in our own freaking hands. Like Melanated Knight says, get the strap. Get the strap. Somebody comes at you with some bullshit, you take the justice in your own hands. I'd rather roll the dice with the injustice system that I know I can't cheat rather than see this motherfucker that killed my friend, my lover, or my girlfriend, or my daughter smiling in court, dressed in jello, and then put out on the street. This is what I'm talking about. Get the motherfucking strap. And then this trash, because this is human trash. This piece of trash had the audacity to fake information so that he can get the PUA benefits from the unemployment in the middle of the pandemic. Can you guys believe that? That's who Jensen Medina is. That's like, just when you think he could not sink any lower, this trash, this cockroach surprises you even more. You know, from providing a fake driver's license, which is another thing that they're prosecuting him for. Now he has federal charges against him. Thank you, injustice system. Now the feds are going to come back to whoop our asses and tell us how to do it right. I guess, we deserve everything that we have coming. Now, I'm going to close the news with something that's also very, very controversial. I have avoided speaking about this like the plague, but we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to talk about it, guys, because it's getting out of control. Dave Chappelle. Okay. I had the opportunity to watch Dave Chappelle's The Closer special on Netflix. If you watch the special, put a number 1 in the chat. If you did not watch the special, put a number 2. I had the opportunity to watch it. I enjoy it. It was funny as hell. And I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. I have family and friends that I consider my family in the LGBT plus community. And I love them. I love them to death. I believe they deserve to marry, to adopt, to love whoever they want, to transform into whatever the fuck they want to transform, and live whatever life they want to live. They should have the option to do so. Now, what I believe they should not have the right to do so is to censor people. Jose, if you have not watched it, it's time to watch it. But to be honest with you, I am so fed up. Now, the trans community and some employees from Netflix are out here in the Hollywood headquarters of Netflix protesting so that his special can be removed. Why? If you don't know how to laugh at yourself, you need therapy. You need serious therapy. I don't know what the fuck is going on with our generation, but our generation is a glass generation. We cannot laugh at ourselves. We cannot laugh at ourselves. Oh, he was disrespectful. He called trans woman impossible pussy. So what? Is it a naturally born vagina? I don't think so. It is the truth. Now, do you agree with his joke? No. There's a lot of things that Dave Chappelle says that I don't agree with. They are funny. Oh, hell yeah, they are funny. But even if I don't agree with Dave Chappelle, I don't think Dave Chappelle should get canceled. I don't think his voice should get silenced, because tomorrow, what you're basically saying is that if tomorrow the public opinion goes on your beliefs as something disgusting that they don't like, they can shut you up. And that is the danger of censorship. And that's why I'm siding with Netflix. Stand in your ground. Because nobody is 100% wrong, and you're not 100% right. Nobody reached out. I never saw all of this outrage when Martin Lawrence was doing Chanene. Did you guys saw that? I never saw that. Then what is the thing with Dave Chappelle? You're proving his point. You're trying to shut him up. So what's more important? Because I've said it many times. Everyone has a card. If tomorrow somebody does something to me and I want to be fragile and reactive, I can say, hey, I'm going to use my woman card, or I'm going to use my Latina card, or I'm going to use my Puerto Rican card, or I'm going to use my colonized card. Everybody has a fucking card. Dave Chappelle has a black man card. And I am sorry for the trans community. I love you guys. Be whoever you want to be. But I don't care how you put it. Being a black person in America, that card is a premium card. Your card is a cardboard card. There's no way in hell that the trans community has gone through way more than black people has gone through in this nation. So if we're in this competition, your opinion will never triumph that of black people. It is what it is. If we're measuring, if this is how this community wants to put things, we're gonna go into like an oppression Olympics. Black people won over everybody. Black people won over every fucking body. I don't care how you put it. Now I see Johnny Mills says, I think the LGBT plus community is trying to bully us because we're speaking the truth. Yeah, absolutely. Freaking absolutely. Y'all have to stop being reactive, especially if you're demanding to have inclusion, to be respected, to be let just, go out with your expressions that a lot of people don't agree with. Then you should extend that same decency and that same extend that same behavior towards black people. Why? Because they were also persecuted just like trans people have been and is still being persecuted. Nobody's denying that they are being persecuted. Nobody's denying that they're persona non grata in this freaking country and in the world. Nobody's denying that. But there are levels, people. There are levels, and you need to chill the fuck out. Hate me or love it, chill the fuck out. I am so sorry. But trust me, I avoided this like the plague. And another thing that bothered me is the fact that you have a full blown white dude holding a card that says Black Trans Lives Matter. Are you a Black transsexual person? No. Then shut the fuck up. You're using the black card that you're not even entitled to, trying to instigate other black trans people so that they can shut up Dave Chappelle, because you know that you're a white dude or a white woman, whatever you are, if you're a man or a woman, and you know that it doesn't matter what your transition is going through, you know that just by being white, no matter if you're trans or not, you have privilege over Dave Chappelle. It is what it is. Trans people are called trans by themselves. They are calling themselves trans because they transition. You were assigned a sex at birth that you don't associate with, so you transition into another one. That means that you went through extensive surgery to reassign yourself with a different sex. I don't know why that's supposed to be a taboo. You want people to talk about you and understand you, but you're not making it easier. Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. You were not born with a vagina. You were not born with a penis. You transition into having one. It's man-made. He said no lies. I see that Jose says some people cannot handle the truth. Absolutely. Some people cannot just handle the truth. And like I said, unfortunately, you have to chill the fuck out. Have a conversation with people and say, hey, you know what? Let's laugh at each other's jokes. Because it's not like Dave Chappelle has not made jokes about everybody. Didn't he just in that same special said space Jews? How many Jews you see protesting at Netflix headquarters? You know why you don't see Jews protesting this? Because they laugh at themselves as well. They enjoy the freaking special because it's comedy. Chill the fuck out. That's all I have to say, guys. And to be honest with you, that has been all the news that I have for you guys. Let's keep it moving. Trust me, there's more stuff coming, but I'm telling you, these streets have become dangerous. I don't know what the hell is going on with people after COVID-19. Like, I get it, y'all were in lockdown. We were all locked up in our houses, but y'all gotta chill the fuck out. Just chill out and be happy. Now, let's just keep this show moving, guys, because there's more coming up. Stay tuned. Oh, Lord. Okay, guys. You guys know, like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am very anxious to see. Uh, Ooh, I cannot highlight that one, Johnny Mills, because then I'm gonna have a protest here at Latin Planning headquarters. But yeah, I remember. I remember. But definitely, guys, going back to sports, the Dodgers. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on the Dodgers. That was, oh my god. Hi Bermuda Breeze. Don't forget to hit that like button, okay, as you roll in. But one thing I would say, you guys know that I spoke before about how this Saturday we're going to have two people that Israel Adesanya has defeated horribly. Horribly, because they were all fucked up after he was done with them. And for the middleweight of the UFC, he remains the champion. He went up. He was fucked over because, he was a little skinnier and whatnot. So, John Blachowicz used his weight literally as a weapon, just like Tyson Fury did. And won over Izzy Adesanya, but he's still the champion of the middleweights. Now, one thing I would say, Paulo Costa misses weight by almost 30 freaking pounds. His fight is this Saturday. He's supposed to be 185 pounds, and that motherfucker is fat as fuck. I thought I was fat, but I don't get paid to make weight. But if I did got paid to make weight, you damn sure I will be making fucking weight. And this is something that I'm gonna park here real quick. I have been combat sports and sports in general enthusiast. I love sports. And it's something I was even talking to Melanated Night today about. I don't even fucking know what the hell is going on with this new American or Americanized, or not even Americanized, this new generation of fighters. Okay? And I'm talking about boxing and I'm talking about MMA. Y'all need to knock it off. Like literally you had one fucking job, and that job was to make weight. Vittori is making weight. And he asked you to literally, hi Bermuda Breeze, you're a new subscriber. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the content. You were literally asked to make weight at 185 pounds, and you're seeing you might be 205 pounds for your fight this Saturday. And this is what I'm going to park here real quick, because I was speaking about this morning with Melanated Night. And something that irritates me is that we have now, sports used to be, especially combat sports and any other athlete, used to be the epitome of a person literally using his body and his strength or her strength to actually accomplish something, to compete. Athletes used to take pride on that at some point in history. And I feel like after Sugar Ray, after Bernard Hopkins, even after Tyrone Woodley, after Bisping, now this new generation of fighters is weak. They lose one time and they lose all motivation to do whatever the fuck it is they have to do. Some of them don't even want it that bad. They go into this abyss. And it goes back to the same problem we have with the TEPS community. The world has become too comfortable to the point that we have domesticated athletes. And now everything has to be comfortable. Everything has to, be served to me. If I lose one time, then I'm not going to have the same motivation. It's the same thing that I said with Deontay. I'm a Bronze Bomber fan, and I will always will be a Bronze Bomber fight. He's the number 1, 2 best in the world. Let's just call it what it is. Not number 1, but number 2 is pretty good. And whoever says, oh no, number 2 is a piece of shit, where the fuck are you? Number 2 is still a pretty good place. But he had literally 20 fucking months to get his shit together and come back and give a good fight. But we literally, whoever saw Tyson Fury 2 and Tyson Fury and Wilder 2 and Fury versus Wilder 3, we saw the same fight twice. We saw the same fight twice. If you paid that pay-per-view, world cheated. Ask for a refund. We saw the same fight twice. Now, going back to Paulo Costa, it's not enough that we know this motherfucker is juiced up. But where the fuck is his corner? And it goes back to what I'm saying. If you are in combat sports and you're unable to see, because another thing that Paulo Costa said is that he does not watch Vittori fights. I remember in boxing and even on MMA, you used to have a motherfucker that you paid on your corner to watch previous fights with you, walk you through the style of the other fighter, watch for weaknesses, so that you can walk into that octagon and punish that person more than he will punish you. But apparently, Paulo Costa thinks that he doesn't have to even do that. Because in reality, this is the type of fighters that we have today. This is the caliber of fighters that we have in our hands. Someone says Wilder fights too wild. Yeah, they're too wild now. But let's not forget, we saw if you saw Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder 2, and you saw Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder 3, we saw the same fight twice. We paid double for the same fight. The most expensive pay-per-view in history. Tyson Fury, the trilogy, versus freaking Deontay Wilder. Now, going back to Costa, on top of the fact that we know he did not prep for Vittori. Vittori even said, you know what? I will fight him at 205 since the motherfucker wants to remain fat. But at least he has to cut some weight to make it fair. We have right now real fighters that are coming into this, which are very few, having to bargain to have an actual fighter do their jobs. I've never seen anything like this. And this is precisely why sports like boxing is dying. We have pussy fighters right now, soft fighters. That's what we got today. After freaking Manny Stewart passed away, that was the last American coach that was of substance right now. Thank God Eddie Reynoso is still alive, even though most of his fighters are coming up with substance on their screenings. But thank God he's still here. If you think I'm full of shit, name me one freaking coach today, one coach, one boxing or MMA coach today that you see that is taking care of a fighter, helping them identify the other fighter's weaknesses and prepping them properly. What the fuck is going on with combat sports? Someone says, I heard someone say that Wilder fights like a GTA character. I wouldn't stretch it that much. Bermuda Breeze says Wilder depends too much on that one hitter quitter. Yeah, that's why his hand got fucked up. That's why his hand got fucked up. You're a one trick dog. And like I said, I will always be a Wilder fan. That dude built that motherfucker up from nothing. But let's just keep it real. You had 20 motherfucking months to prepare for the fight. The same thing that we're seeing with Costa. Costa had more than a fucking year to prepare for a fight, to cut some weight, to stay healthy, and make weight. And I understand the dehydration and whatnot, but I'm not a doctor, so of course don't take my advice for it. But how is it that nobody has looked into? Because I get it. You don't want to have most of the things that fighters complain about when they have to cut weight is the dehydration when it comes to their brain. Because they have, if you guys have ever cut weight, you know that there's like a mental fog when you cut weight, like the first day or two. Because of course your brain cannot rehydrate as fast as your body does. But has somebody ever thought of just, okay, we're gonna start training you for this shit, but we're gonna train you at a lighter weight than you're supposed to, so that on the course of training in this 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever the fuck weeks you're training, you can in a healthy way start rehydrating to the point that you don't have to dehydrate yourself to actually make weight. Has somebody ever thought about that? This is a fucking disgrace. And I'm gonna go first to the sanctioning bodies and then to the combat sports organizations. I don't know how Dana White is going to react to this shit, but like this shit's gotta go. If you think Paulo Costa should be allowed to even fight, because now he's considering going up in weight. Oh, I'm not gonna be a middleweight now because I'm too fat. I'm not gonna even try to lose weight. I'm not gonna even try to cut weight. Get your ass in the fucking sauna and don't come out until you're 185 pounds. Fuck you. Like, I don't get it. We saw Vittori with his fight with Adesanya at its biggest. He literally said, hey, I saw him with John Blachowicz, and I'm going to try to do the same thing using my weight. He gained a lot of weight. He looked like an angry fat baby. He still lost, but at least he did it. And then we're seeing him cutting weight actively like a professional for a fight. Paulo Costa has been fishing all this time, but he cannot make weight. Oh no, I'm going to be fat. I don't know why everybody, is stressing up about, this weight thing, because I'm allowed to be fat and just go up on a weight class in the middle of, a contract that I signed for a fight. Don't mind my belly. I'm good. Morena says, and I thought I curse a lot. Trust me, Morena, when it comes to sports, oh my God. I'm extremely disappointed. And I hope, I don't know if you guys think that Costa is going to win, which I highly fucking doubt. Press number one. If you think Costa should be removed from the UFC, put a number two in the chat. Because this is completely unprofessional. Let's just keep it real. If you think this is a professional fighter, put a number one. If you think this is an unprofessional fighter that should be fired, put a number two. Because this is the equivalent of saying, your boss hands you your schedule. Hey, you're supposed to come Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to sign it. And then when you're supposed to be there Monday at 8 a.m., you say, you know what? No, I'm coming Wednesday at 11 p.m. That's what Costa is doing. I don't think, like I said, I've seen a lot of people that are thirsty for that position to actually be in the UFC. Didn't we just saw Moreno, Brandon Moreno, being kicked out and fighting his way back in to becoming champion now? You have literally hungry motherfuckers trying to get into the UFC, and this fat fucker that we have in the UFC is in there, is comfortable, and it's not doing anything. Morena says one only because he's a cutie. No, nobody's denying he's cute, but that's precisely what Israel Adesanya said. You're just a cute kid. He's supposed to be representing Brazil, but I'd rather take Amanda Nunes. I'd rather let Amanda Nunes represent Brazil. In all honesty, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, guys. Like I said, this Saturday, I will keep you guys posted. If you guys want to know how this fight goes down, trust me, I will share on detail on my Instagram what happens with this fight, because this is something that is a freaking disgrace. And like I said, Dana White has to freaking fight Costa. It is time. In my opinion, that's not fighting behavior. He's irresponsible. It should be removed. Somebody else should get that position. And that's all I gotta say. Now, without any further ado, guys, let's move into the exciting shit. Let's go to the main topic. Well, guys, it's Libra season. Tomorrow is the last day that we are going to be blessed with another Libra season where everything beautiful happens. And the moon is completely full, which is why we have all the lunatics out. But that's not our fault. We don't control the moon. Libras are emotionally beautiful people. And it's very rare that you will find a crazy Libra. I'm just going to say that. Now, follow what Morena is saying as you roll in. Get those likes up, people, and subscribe to the channel. Now, guys, I want to share with you guys a few things about Libras. Libra is an air sign, and Libras are known for the love of being around other people. We do. Libras are incredibly cooperative and fair-minded, and are a sign that believes firmly in the power of social connection. Libras are some of the most interesting and clever people around, and they have a lot to offer. Now, what is a Libra? A Libra is a person born between September 23rd and October 22nd. Libras are known for being charming, beautiful, and well balanced. And trust me, we are beautiful. Come on. I am so sorry. If you think I'm cocky, I consider myself beautiful, even if only my mama thinks I'm beautiful, but I am beautiful. I'm joking. I'm joking. They thrive on making things orderly and aesthetically pleasing. They also crave balance, and they can be equally as self-indulgent as they are generous. And that is in reality, that's how we are. Okay, there's something about Libras. Most of the Libras that I have met in my life, we have beautiful homes, beautiful faces, beautiful everything. We love beautiful things. We're beautiful people, like Jose said. We're absolutely beautiful people. Now, we have positive traits and we have negative traits, but because I'm a positive person, I'm going to stay on the positive side. And some of the best Libra traits are: we are diplomatic people. Libras are natural peacemakers and are experts at being tactful and diplomatic in their relationships and in groups. They choose their words carefully and aim to find common ground with as many people as possible. Now, I'm going to stay here for a second. I'm going to say, so there are a lot of toxic Libras that I met as well that are out of whack. But for the most part, this is true. Another trait that we have is fairness. Libras have a strong sense of justice. They want to make sure everyone gets heard and are passionate about making sure that things are balanced, especially when it comes to group events. Absolutely true. And like I said, if you have met a crazy Libra that does not live like this, they are, I don't know, they are weird. Idealistics. Libras always prefer to look on the bright side. They see the best in all people in all situations. They have great intentions and think the best of people and ideas. They always have high hopes for starting new projects and learning new things. This is absolutely true. Um, Unfortunately, this comes with the negative part that because we see goodness in everybody, sometimes we don't see the darkness in everybody because we think that everybody at some point is going to react and change and be beautiful and be productive and creative just as we are. And it's not always the case. And that's something that a lot of us struggle with. We have to learn how to live in reality sometimes because not everybody that has potential necessarily lives up to it. Now, social. We are very social. There are few signs more extrovert than Libras, but Libras love being with people and they love meeting new people too. They thrive on companionship and they surround themselves with interesting people that can introduce them to new things. Being social is one of the most fundamental elements of the Libra personality. And this is absolutely true. I love to talk. In case you guys have not notice I talk a lot. And it's because since I was a little kid, I'm extremely social. And this is, like I said, I'm talking for me. Some people can come for me. I get it. But to be honest with you, hmm, Libras are very social. We are literally loved everywhere we go. Jose said, some of us love Parkchester. No, Jose, not all of us love Parkchester. Jose has this immense love for Parkchester. And I swear to God, I'm going to make him a commercial where it's like, Parkchester, where life begins and never ends. Because he's always loving Parkchester. I think he should become the mayor of Parkchester or something like that because, trust me, he promotes Parkchester like that's a jewel from his chain. Now, another thing I want to say is that Libras are clever. Libras are witty, smart, and excellent conversationalists. They have active imaginations and are quick on their feet, which makes them great company and great problem solvers. I'm going to say something. Um, to be honest with you, we are excellent at conversations. If you guys have not noticed, of course, every time that me and Jose get here, we have an excellent conversation. We have even conducted panels on our own because we are of the same sign. And I'm not saying everybody else is dumb, but we are extremely smart. Okay. So, of course, that's a trait with Libras. Now, I'm going to go over the negative negatives of Libras. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because, like I said, I'm a positive person and I like to stay on the positive. But Libras can be indecisive, and this is so accurate. Libras love of balance can get in their way. They will spend hours weighing the pros and the cons of even the smallest decisions. They want to please everyone and have trouble committing to one thing or another even if it seems inconsequential. I'm gonna park right here because trust me, melanated night has to take me to a place that has pizzas, Italian food, American food, burgers, and all kinds of stuff because I can never decide what I want to eat. I can never decide what to give someone. I can never decide what outfit to wear. I can never decide what lipstick to put on. I can never decide anything. So, of course, I have to rely on this powerful Virgo that I have as a partner that is literally, he makes all the major decisions and even sometimes the small decisions because we are indecisive as hell. And this is very, very true. Now, another negative thing, which I don't think is completely negative, but it's negative in some instances, is that we're non confrontational. Libras are peacemakers by nature. They are great at finding compromise within groups, whether it's between friends or in business settings. But this means they also have trouble facing their problems and will put off difficult discussions for as long as they can. Absolutely. We don't like confrontations. That's not where we gravitate um, at our best. We literally love, absolutely love. Hi, Rakim. Everybody that's rolling in, please hit that like button if you like our content. Just hit that like because it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me grow my platform. Welcome once again to Latin Splaining. Now, to be honest with you, yeah, it is true. We don't like chaotic energy. We don't thrive in it, and it makes us uneasy. We can't understand why people cannot be balanced. However, confrontation in life is necessary in many circumstances. And that's something that Libras struggle with because we like to compromise in order to just, have the peace. Now, another thing is that Libras are unreliable. Libras are known for being fighty. While they're lots of fun to be around, they are not always the most reliable. Lots of Libras are wonderful and loyal friends, even though they may not show up to your dinner plans on time. Okay, you can count on us when it comes to your shit, like we will never tell people, but one thing I will say, if you love a Libra, either if it's your family member, your loved ones and whatnot, let me tell you something, Libras are never fucking on time. If you want me to make it at 5 p.m., you have to tell me it's at 1 p.m. because I will never be on time. My friends have learned how to love me that way, and they make fun jokes about it. Melanated Night doesn't even dress up until I'm just putting my lipstick on because he knows I'm going to take the longest time. And he lies to me about when we're going on a date, at what time. To the point that sometimes he even has pop-up dates. He just grabs me one day and says, hey, you even with the crazy hair, let's go to the movies. I don't care. Jose says, I am always prompt and on time. Jose, come on now, Jose. I want to see you on vacation. We will show up on time for work, but let's keep it real. I'm pretty sure your mom gave you the chancla a lot if you're a punctual Libra, because that's not our trait. Oh my God. Now, one last negative trait, okay, is that we are vain. As we mentioned, Libras love beautiful things, including ourselves. You may find a Libra taking selfies everywhere they go or spending lots of time on pampering and appearances. They may be critical about how other people look or be reluctant to hang out with people who they think are less attractive. I'm going to stop right here, okay? I'm going to say something. We don't have ugly friends. We just don't. And I'm not gonna say that, I don't believe that a lot of people, you have to be really fucking ugly for me to consider you ugly. I believe there's people that are broke and lazy. I don't believe people are ugly necessarily, but that's what I'm talking about. If you're too broke to invest in your appearance or too fucking lazy, a Libra will not hang out with you. If you come out with a bonnet or with a doobie, with crazy hair, no makeup, fucked up lipstick, fucked up nails, we will not be around you. I'm just putting that out there. If you smell like shit, we will not be around you. You have to smell good, look good, be the best you can be, and then we will hang out around you. But yes, unfortunately, we are vain, okay? Our looks are very important to us. You're never gonna see a Libra with a fucked up beard or a fucked up hair or a fucked up whatever. I'm the type of person, like, if one nail breaks, all the nails had to go. If I lose one pair of something, like an earring or something, the other pair has to go, because it will annoy the hell out of me. So, guys, another thing that I'm going to say is that in relationships, I mean, I know Melanated and I can, you know, say if this is true or not. I hope he doesn't roast me for this, but Libras in relationship, we are extremely romantic. One of the most notorious Libra characteristic is our love of love. With their tendency to gravitate towards beauty and excitement, Libras get easily love drunk. However, while Libras will enjoy lots of flings and enjoy the company of romantic partners, they're very serious when it comes to committed relationships. They choose carefully when it comes to life partners. And that is absolutely true, because, to be honest with you, uh, for us to decide, since we're so undecisive, we take the longest freaking time on deciding on the person we want to be with. But once we choose, one thing you will never see a Libra doing is backing up on that person that we chose. If we chose that person, come what fucking may, if we're gonna stay there, it is what it is. We chose that person, we're gonna stick to it, and you better make it work, because you ain't going nowhere. We belong fucking together, even if I have to put a gun on your head. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But to be honest with you, yes, we are hopeless romantics, and we love that in real life. One of the struggles that a lot of us have when we have a non-romantic partner is that we bring the romance and the other person just has to embrace it. But to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with that, thank God. Melanated Night embraces my romantic side. I am super romantic. I'm pretty sure all the Libras that are listening to me are the same way. We love music, we love our candles, our flowers, everything that has to do with that platonic romance type of stuff. Trust me, we are like that. And speaking of platonic, we are also platonic. You're pretty much guaranteed to have a great time with a Libra. In addition to being lots of fun, Libras love to try new things and will help people in their lives become and stay open minded. They're dedicated to making sure people in their lives achieve balance too. And the Libra's outgoing nature and idealism can rub off on their friends and family. And that is absolutely true. We don't try to change people for who they are, but we try to make people the best version of themselves. I see that Rakim says, Denise, and no lips. Man, gotta keep some karmics. Don't try to talk to a chick with your lips looking like an alligator skin. Oh, hell no. If you're ashy, stay like 2 miles away from a Libra. I'm just gonna say that. One of the things that I love about Melanated Night when I met him is that even when he showered, he smells so good. His skin had a natural great smell. So no, and he's always moisturized. Okay, soft lips and everything. No ashy here, no ashiness here, like the only Jay has said. If you're ashy, bye. MK says TMI. Well, I mean, I gotta share a little something. But anyway, another thing that I would say in relationships, we're professional. Leadership comes naturally to Libras, and as such, they excel professionally when they're allowed to let their leadership skills and creativity shine. Libras do best when left alone to develop projects. However, Libras don't have the best follow through. This goes back to our unreliable nature and our lack of being on time. So it's almost important to make sure they're surrounded by grounded people like a Virgo who are good at taking direction and getting things done. And that is so, so, so true. Trust me. Hmm. Like I said, I a lot of people say that Virgos and Libras don't go hand in hand. I believe, from what I've learned from my personal experience with a Virgo hobby, uh, to be honest with you, all the traits that are not good on Libras, Virgos are strong at. So it's just a matter of communication. If Virgo and Libra learn how to communicate, that would be the best freaking relationship ever. Simply because Virgos are earth signs and they make very clear decisions and stick by them. If you say you're going to do something and then you're kind of like wonky, the Virgo or any other earth sign will make you fucking comply. So it's the best partner that you can absolutely have. Now, guys, before I let people in, because that has been all for my description of Libras, if you have had an experience with Libras, if you're a Libra baby, if you're a Libra man, a Libra woman, if you were raised by a Libra or had a Libra lover, you can come up, share your experiences with us, either positive or negative, because even though, you know, we're almost perfect, if it wasn't for a little bit of flaws, we will be perfect. But also, we have a little bit of not so great things. I'm going to take 5 minutes away. It's 9:15 where I am at. You guys know I always take some time for the intermission, but I will be back in 5 minutes, guys. Now, before I go into the intermission, I want to remind you guys to follow me on Instagram, denise.gonzalez.villegas1, so that you can follow me and follow all the news that happen in Latin America and also our Latin diaspora, because sometimes I don't have the time to necessarily share them here because there's a lot of things going on. And trust me, there's a lot of things going on everywhere. But if you want to keep up, if you want to keep in touch with me, if you want to laugh at some of these things or get mad with me at some of the things that we see, follow me on Instagram or shoot me an email, or I don't know, because I am on Twitter's doghouse. So my Twitter is not going as I plan, but you can follow me on Instagram, guys. Now it's 9:16 where I am at. I will be back at 9:21. Go grab your drinks, take that restroom break, grab your snacks. Let's come back. Let's hear all about your Libra experiences. Or if you're a Libra yourself, you can come up. Let's chop it up. It's Libra season, and tomorrow it ends. See you guys in 5. And we are back, people. We are back. Now, guys, before I let people in, you guys know how we do it here. I want to do a quick reminder that the views and the statements of the guests do not necessarily represent those of the channel and or those of the panel members, as some comments may be offensive to select groups of people. And also, I want to remind everybody that by calling into the live show, you waive your rights to the use of your image and likeness for the purposes of this show. And without any further ado, I want to welcome my fellow Libra, the best people in the world, Jose Negron.
Good morning, my cyber lord, because it's midnight over here.
I know. Good morning, Jose. Thank you for staying tuned. I know it's late as hell, but you're still here with me. Thank you very much, my cyber father, the wise, the only, the best, the beautiful, inspirational.
Who lives in
Was
Rochester?
Oh my God. And also, as if that wasn't enough, I want to welcome the one and only Rakim. What's up,
Hey,
Rakim?
hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, what's up, Jose? What's up, my good friend Denise? How you guys been doing?
I
Um,
am great. How are you, Jose?
well, first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing purple tonight, and
My
because
favorite
it's
color.
because you know what? Because it's the color for Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
I refuse to share. I'm all for it. We need to combat the freaking domestic violence and the breast cancer. But
Mhm.
I refuse to share my month because I am selfish. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
But now I'm gonna make a disclaimer. I'm gonna make a disclaimer. Some of us do know are decisive. We arrive at decisions rather quickly. Some of us are very prompt, and this person loves Rochester.
Denial, denial, denial. Denial is a thing, people. Denial is a thing. Denial is a thing.
I love you anyway.
Oh, okay, Jose. But Jose, that you probably are on time because your mom had that chancla hot and ready for you if you were not out by the time that she was leaving the house. You know this, and I know this because trust me, my parents were like, "I'ma leave you," and sometimes they left me. Oh my god.
Well,
But seriously, Rakim, what do you have on the topic? What do you think about Libra? Do you want to share your experiences? Are you a Libra? Tell us all about it.
No, no, guys. I was born in May. I'm a member of the Raging Bull gang. You know, I'm a Taurus, but I have the utmost respect for Libras. My grandmother's um, my grandmother's birthday was October the 11th,
My
and
same
that's
birthday.
a
She
Libra.
was
Am
the
I correct?
best.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
Libra, and she was a sweetheart. She was a sweetheart. She, she was the type of person where she had love and respect for everybody, and just being around her, a lot of people gravitated and just wanted to be around her because she was so sweet. And she was a peacemaker. She would try to sit down and talk to people and see if people could set their differences aside for a common goal. But she was one of those people that if you push her, she can transform within a blink of an eye, and
Oh,
you would
trust
definitely
me.
feel her wrath. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When people don't want to get on the program of being fair and balanced, it's on.
yeah,
It's
I,
on.
yes, because if you rub me the wrong way, you're gonna get the worst of me.
Look, Rakim Morena said, yeah, definitely, Jose. Rakim Morena says, Rakim is a terrorist? LOL. Not surprised.
yeah, yeah,
LOL.
I'm a Taurus.
Ah,
I'm definitely, yes, I'm a Taurus, and I'm one of those bulls. The funny thing is, I'm very cool. I'm very laid back. But if you push me to that extent, I will run right through you just like a bull would. So
the
Mm.
wrath
I'm that
of
type of
the
guy.
Titans. That's the. I feel like you know what Earth signs. You look, MK. It's like Rakim is my Earth sign brother, and then he said I was corny. Oh,
Facts.
come on now. No, but Seriously, earth signs are like that. They're calm, cool, and collected. But trust me, when they are quiet, run.
Yeah, because we
Run
try to
fast.
rationalize things in our mind. We're trying to rationalize things in our mind. That's why we're quiet. We're very analytical when it comes to studying people's behaviors. And once we realize there's no uh, other alternative, then we become angry and then we go on the attack. You know.
I don't trust me. I don't want to be in front of that breath. Like earth signs to be, because you guys are more like detecting like octopus, detecting shit all over, and always observant of stuff. But like I've seen it in Melanated Night when he goes really quiet, run fast, run
Yeah,
really
yeah, that's
fast.
facts. That's facts. That's facts.
When he's trying to rationalize things with you, when an earth sign is trying to talk to you, that's your best shot at trying to listen, analyze, and respond accordingly. The minute they go quiet, whew, the wrath of the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But
And
Libras are not like that. We are beautiful people that literally,
most Libras I've met, yeah, most Libras I've met have been great
we're
people.
very peaceful, we're very
Mm-hmm.
gracious, we're
Mm-hmm.
elegant in our disagreements. We're the best. And it's
That
not because I'm a Libra. We're the best. Aren't we, Jose?
well, it's so true. And remember when we did the stream on religion and the commercialization of Christ? I
Yes.
mean, hey, you had two people who were polar opposites, but we got along very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. And to be honest with you, we are the best, Morena. We are the best sign in the zodiac. It's not Scorpios, no nothing. I'm sorry, guys. We are the best, and the rest is parking.
Well,
Okay.
I'm soon going to be on vacation for 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Where are
Mhm.
you going, Jose?
Actually, I'm just going to take care of some personal stuff, but on the following weekend, I will be in Albany.
Look at you, Mr. International.
And I actually got free tickets to a plane.
3 tickets
Uh,
to a plane. Jose is plotting. Yeah, JS, I'm pro Libra. Libra lives matters, okay? Go ahead,
so,
Jose.
so I got 2 tickets. So I'm gonna invite someone to come with me. I mean, spend an evening, in theater, and it's on Saturday
Mm.
that's what
night.
I'm talking about, Jose. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing like an old fashioned rendezvous. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like an
Yeah.
old fashioned rendezvous, man. You
I
go on
mean,
that trip.
look, let me tell you something. I've never been for clubbing. I've been the type of person like out, like let's say Denise was my significant other. I know she's not, but okay. But let's just pretend she is.
Let's Thanos snap that into reality. Okay.
No, but I would say, we would go out to dinner, we would go out to the theater, we would go out to movies. I mean, I'm not the club
No, you know what? My club life lasted till I was 25. That was the time when I fell asleep at the club, believe it or not. And I said, this I'm out. This is not my life. And I've never been to a club ever since, to be honest with you. So, like I said, I'm not judging. If you like nightclubs, go over there, dance for me and for you, okay? But to be honest with you, I run away from that scenery. Now I enjoy a nice wine, a nice jazz, a nice candle. I'm more into experiences. Let's just go to have like a little lounge by the beach, stuff like that. I'm more into like that realm now.
time, and I cannot
You
wait
know,
until next. I'm sorry, I cannot wait for next year when I tend to do some traveling.
Oh Lord. You were gonna say something, right, Cam?
Yes, I was just going to say I've done it all. I started off as a teenager at the basement parties, what we used to call juking parties, where we used to footwork and listen to house music. Then it gradually went to the clubs as I became of age. We would go to those 18 or older clubs first. Then we started going to the 21 or older clubs. And I've had my fun in the clubs. I think I stopped going at around 28 or so, 27, 28 to the clubs and everything. And now I'm just like you know, give me a nice ambiance, some nice, Anita Baker, put on some Anita Baker, smooth jazz, or some Sade. And me and
Yeah.
my significant other, we can just kick back, man, or we can go, see a play, go out to dinner, enjoy the downtown area. That's what I'm more like. You got to be on your grown, man. You got to leave, the club life behind.
Oh yeah. Give me a nice opera. And I'll go and have the best time ever because I love opera. But to be honest with you, no, clubs are not for me. It hasn't been for 9 years of my life. Um, and it is just I don't know. It's something about that scene that it's just I outgrew it. I outgrew it like at 25.
Hmm.
And Jose, I
Because
cannot picture
it
you at a club right now. I cannot picture you at a club. Come on.
You know me. I'm going to
because
keep it
clubs
with.
are for people that.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm I'm slowly approaching Social Security age.
Golden years. Let's just say it like that. Golden years. Now,
Yes.
Rakim, you were gonna say something. The clubs are for what?
No, I was just there. Yeah, clubs is for the like everything that we see on the internet now. That's what the club was for back then. You turn up. It's for the toxic people. It's for the narcissists. You find a little bit of everything at the club. Hey, the club was where all the negative behavior was attracting, and it depends on where you go. But you was able to find a few nice things in the club too. If you search through all of the other stuff. You was able to find a few nice pieces in the club. So, yeah, the club life, yeah, it's, especially after you get older and you mature a little bit, you're not really trying to be around people that's, quote unquote, doing too much. That's what you look at it like after you mature in life. You like, okay, y'all doing a little bit too much. I don't need to be kicking it with y'all. Let me go find me something with a more of a smooth atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's like JS said, clubs are too ratchet for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Libras struggle with this a lot. Like I've met other Libras that after like our mid 20s, we really don't cope good with clubbing. I think people in general. Morena says, I used to love clubbing, young, dumb, and a lot of fun. Yeah, I used to love
Yes.
it. If at 21 you will ask me, like, this is gonna be forever, but nah, that shit don't last. I see that Johnny Mills says, and house parties ain't what it used to be. Oh hell no, house parties.
No, they're
Look,
not.
house parties, no. Who's gonna do all that cleaning? Oh hell no. And I don't like people touching my stuff that I don't know. I don't like little messes that people do. Like I have had amazing guests. Let's just talk about that. Libras and their spaces. Okay, we spend a lot of time rearranging our spaces so that they can look cohesive and zen. And to be honest with you, I'm now on this neutral colors. I used to be more into gray. I transitioned from gray because somebody that I'm not going to mention was tired of the gray. And no, I'm joking, I'm joking. But I transition more now into more like Scandinavian type of decor and more whites and stuff like that. So, um, I don't know. I don't like people like, messing up my house. I have guests that have destroyed my pillows or mess up some of the furniture or break some of my glasses. The glasses I don't care, but don't come at the cushions.
Um,
That's what I said with house parties. You have to be like a family member to me, a friend that's like family. If not, I am sorry. I'll meet you at a venue.
Denise, So when I come to visit you, you're gonna give me like a long list of what not to do in your place.
Um, I think as a fellow Libra, you will know exactly what to do. Move the cushion to the side and sit down and have fun.
Okay. So it's not gonna be like 89 gazillion things that I have to remember. So I make sure I don't disturb the ambiance.
No, actually, no. I'm not like I'm an excellent host. Like nobody look at Melanie and Night is like controlling. No, but I do have house rules. Okay, I do have house rules. Most of the things I said, most of the things have to have a home, and that's why I said I don't host a lot for people because I know it can be annoying. I am annoying with our house. So I, yeah, I struggle with that part. But to be honest with you, no, I'm not going to have um, any problems with you, Jose. I can tell.
Okay.
Morena says, my house is my sanctuary. No parties in my home. Exactly. That's how I like it. Quiet, clean, and simple.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I have not had too many guests come over to my crib, only with family. And the last time I actually had people over, it was celebrating my B-Day.
Hmm. Look at what Melanie and I just said. Look at that. He's like, might as well get plastic on the couch because I can't touch it. Look, it's not
Hey,
that he cannot touch it. You were gonna say something, Rick?
no, I was just gonna say most Black Americans know if you grew up in a Black American household, grandma had plastic on those couches and furniture.
Oh my god, the couches on Puerto Rican grandmas were like the place you would go to sleep. And then when you wake up from that heat, the plastic sticks to your body. Oh my god, that's the worst. The worst. No, but in all honesty, it's not that I don't let melanated night touch anything. It's just that I am a little fussy with, certain things. And it's just what it is. He has to in that aspect he has had to compromise with me. I'm very, very fussy with certain things in the house.
Well, when I go to see my brother, when I go to use the restroom, one thing I have to remember to do is make sure that the tissue paper gets placed in the basket. It doesn't go in the toilet because I think something with the plumbing.
Yes, I hate that as well. There's a lot of things that I don't like. Look, I don't like some. There's some things. Look, I'm not trying to give a lot of information, but Melanated Night knows that I transfer everything that I can to glass amber bottles that are labeled. And I'm talking about from lotion to face sprays to, night creams to shower gel to shampoo, conditioner, detergents, everything is transferred to glass. And he loves his plastic. He loves his plastic and he refuses to put his shower gel into transfer into a glass bottle that is labeled with his name. But other than that, for the most part, we don't clash too much anymore about like house stuff. It's just
Mhm.
the pillows. He's still reluctant to let the pillows free.
Okay, interesting. But like I
Jose, you
said,
don't have that problem with your, well, you're a dude. Dudes don't care about that.
well, you know what? I might as well come out. I might as well come out in the open because I do have a significant other.
Look,
And,
Melanated Night says, our house is like a house from the 13 Ghosts, forever changing because every time I come home, it looks different. It doesn't look different. Stop. It's just, okay, believe it or not, one of my biggest hobbies is interior design. So, of course, I bring home certain things that I sometimes shouldn't splurge on that. But I do like if you put me in front of something that is either marbled or like real marble, not that plastic synthetic. Please don't do that to me. Uh, amber glass or you know, yeah, that's horrible. I'm gonna tell you something. A Libra will never have a fucking plastic, freaking imitation of marble anything in their house. Okay, and
True.
if you do as a Libra, slap yourself because that's not what we do. We'd rather not have any marble than to have fake marble. But if you
Mm.
put me in front of like stone things or marble or I would say amber glass or stuff like that, trust me, I'm going to splurge on that a little bit, even though I shouldn't because that's something I absolutely love. But melanated night is being a little is reaching a little bit because not every time he comes home everything looks different.
Um, you know what I'm going to do when you come to New York?
What?
I'm going to give you a T-shirt that says Parkchester.
Oh my god. I'm gonna bring you a nice amber glass canister so that you can put, whatever you want in there. Like right now, I got some stuff, a little bit off the topic, right? But I got some amber canisters that I found at CB2, and
Okay.
that's where I put my Nespresso pots, and they're so adorable.
Hmm.
They're
Well,
so
you know what is
adorable.
also adorable?
What?
Parkchester.
Oh my God, stop.
I mean,
Goddess in Training says, Denise gives me the bougie auntie vibes, and I'm here for it. Oh my God. And Melanated Night is like, who the hell knows what amber glass is? Well, he should know because every morning when I make his coffee and I make my coffee, I take it out of there. It's like the little canisters. They're by the Nespresso machine. Come on. You know this. Uh I'll post it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll take a picture of um my amber canisters, my amber glass canisters so you guys can see it. Jaya says, same here. LOL, I'm very picky about what I want in my apartment. Absolutely. Absolutely. To be honest with you. Um I am
oh,
very
I don't
picky.
believe what Morena put down.
Morena says Denise has to get over the shock of being in the Bronx before she even gets to Parkchester. Really? Is it
Oh,
that
come
bad?
on.
I've never been in the Bronx, actually. I've been in New York, but
Okay.
never
Well,
in the Bronx.
first of all, Parkchester is the jewel of the Bronx.
Really?
Well, I think it is.
Yeah, but no, Jose, that's subjective. Come on. No, but seriously, Melanie and I, oh my God, we've been together for several years. Like literally, this year I met this man. This year was marks the year what 8 that I've known this man. He knows, what amber glass is. He's just acting up for the internet. No, but seriously, he sometimes he doesn't know what I'm talking about, so he just pretends like he does, and he's like, just whatever, I don't care.
Um, Melanie Knight, you're gonna love New York.
mm, he better not. I
Well,
don't
okay,
like
but
New
if
Well,
he
York.
I
does, and won't that be fun? And won't that be fun? He's starting talking to you about Rochester.
Oh hell no. We're getting a divorce. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
well, I definitely want to visit NYC. Shout out to the five boroughs of New York City, from Brooklyn to
Yes,
Bronx, Queens,
and
Manhattan,
Rochester.
and Staten Island.
Oh
Parkchester is
hell
in the
no.
Bronx, but to clarify what Moreno was saying, yeah, Denise, you have to get over the shock of being in the Bronx. They don't call it the boogie down for nothing. So, but I'm pretty sure Parkchester is a very, very nice area.
It is.
Whew, Lord, I have to see. Now I'm starting to get antsy about, my expedition to New York probably next year. But going back to that, a Libra's home is a place where you don't touch anything. You just sit down in grace and wait for the host to give you stuff.
Which is perfectly fine because that's what I do when I go over, see my siblings. I was just
Uh-huh.
like, okay, where can I sit? Fine. May I use the restroom? Fine. Where it is? Okay. Do I need to do anything else? Like spray or whatever, whatever. Do I need to put the tissue paper in a basket and what have you? Uh-uh.
Yeah, that's another thing. Smells for us. I don't know if you're the same way, Jose, but I have a candle obsession. I have said it here many times.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
have
you
a
have.
candle addiction.
Yes, you have.
But smells to Libras matter a lot. Uh,
I
certain
love those smells as well,
Yeah,
Denise.
if your house smells like fish, onion, or anything like that, invite me to a venue if you want to spend time with me, because I won't eat or drink at your house. And yeah, that no, mm-mm.
Wow.
Hell no, mm-mm.
It doesn't smell like fish.
What?
I'm saying my place does not smell like fish.
Then you're out of the woods. Yeah, you have, and then there's certain smells that people don't realize, but dandruff is a nasty smell. You know?
Okay, well, I don't got much
Well,
hair left, so
somebody really has to be not taking care of themselves if their hair is dry and it smells like dandruff. And that's sad because
Ugh,
that means that they haven't shampooed their hair for a while. And
ew.
that's not good. That's
You'd
not
be
good. So for
surprised.
anybody out there, anybody out there, wash your damn hair. Make sure you
Every
shampoo
three
and condition it
days. Every 3 days.
every
mhm.
3 days. Get yourself some
Please.
oil sheen and add some pink lotion moisturizer to your hair, okay?
And if
And
you have
throw your
freaking
do rag
dandruff,
on at night.
ugh, if you have dandruff, follicule with you. Morena said, that's the same thing that Melanated Night asked me when I told him, because he cannot smell anything. Morena says, dandruff has an odor. I'm like, look, when you walk into a space and it smells like someone's sweat or like their head, well, Melanated Knight's nostrils have polyps because his nose is flat. So, of course, he had an injury on it. So, of course, he has polyps inside and he smells half or 20% of what I smell. My sense of smell is like a canine type of thing, okay? Like I can smell stuff from but to be honest with you, when if you guys have experienced this, just let me know. But like, have you ever walked into someone's house and it smells like a locker room? Like,
um,
Let me
ugh.
tell you something. Let me
okay.
tell you something. I'm from the
Go ahead, Rakim.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, let me tell you something, man. I'm from the inner city. I've been in some rough houses. Now, if you know anything about trap houses, if you know anything about houses in the hood, now for the most part, most people keep their houses up to date, but you have a couple of people that their houses is like is not much cleaning going on in that house. You can
Oh,
go
hell
into these
no.
houses. These houses, I've been in houses where the stench was very terrible. People got
Ugh.
dogs running around in the basement with no leash. And I would
Ew.
look at the bottom of the steps and I'm like, why do somebody got a bowl of old Fruit Loops sitting here at the end of the steps? What's going on
Ew.
up in here?
I will
And
collapse
we
in a
not gonna stick
seizure.
around. Yeah, we not gonna
Um,
stick around. I'm gonna wait right here by the steps. I'm not gonna take my Timberlands off because we're gonna be out of here within the next 5 minutes. Okay.
I'm gonna
um,
tell you something.
got, okay.
I have to get over my a little OCD type of stuff that I have. I used to smell a cup, even if it was one that I personally washed, before I could pour some stuff on it. That's how bad my sense of smell is when it comes to like smells. Ugh. Like if your house smells like, yuck. And that goes also for Axe. Gentlemen, I get it. You love your Axe, but it doesn't smell good. I don't care if you pick whatever flavor or whatever is all other, whatever the hell you pick. Axe ain't the way. Okay, if you want something similar, take your ass to Bath and Body Works, get marble or teak wood or whatnot. Use that instead. But Axe ain't the way.
Oh,
That
oh,
don't
I
smell good.
I gotta share a story. One day we did a field visit, and the apartment smelled like a whole bunch of animals took a dump on the same time.
Ooh, how long you were
And
there?
only long enough to do the into we didn't even enter the apartment. And then the guy smelled just as bad. So he would try to approach me and I was like, no, stay over there. Just give me the glass.
Ooh.
So I made that interview super quick because it smelled. And I mean
And you
smell.
had to do that interview? You cannot put just.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because unfortunately, when you work in social services, sometimes you are faced with environments where it's not exactly smell pleasant. I mean, I've been to another place where it's like there was not a clean spot in the entire apartment.
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you something. Thank God that I if I had your job, I would have grabbed the fail stamp, and as soon as I smelled that, failed the interview. Oh, are you gonna do the interview? Oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll get back at you and go the hell away because no, that gets on your
That'll be abuse of
clothes.
power, Denise. That'll be abuse of
Ew.
power. You
No,
can't do that.
Mm-mm.
but you don't know how much I appreciate the fact that I don't have to go into the field and do field visits. I mean, I wasn't doing field visits before the pandemic, but I mean, to go to some of those apartments, oh, sweet Jesus God Almighty! And then sometimes we would go into shelters, and it's like, let's do this interview quick because I don't like the environment here.
Yeah. Ew.
Let me tell you, social services is not an easy, it's not an easy role.
They would
You
have
have,
to give me a bonus or a nose clip. I can do it with a nose clip.
yeah, but then
Well, I would say,
the client will get offended.
I don't care because his smell was offensive.
well, I will say, like, I have been in houses where you can look at, of course, the like the way the house is positioned, and if the house is messy, the smells, and you look at people and you just say, I can just tell by your house and by the way you look that you obviously don't give a damn about life, do you? You you
Yeah.
honestly you honestly don't care. And I'm not a religious man, but I think you will have to, give about three Our Fathers and five Hail Marys before entering some of these homes.
Ew. A nose clip
Um,
and an
that's what,
N95 mask.
and bring holy
Gross.
water.
Yeah, look at what JS said. He said, I used to love Axe, but I have upgraded to Bath and Body Works cologne now. Yeah, thank
No,
you, JS.
no,
Axe
what is
is
that?
just good. Axe is like this line of synthetic smells that are like, oh,
It's a
ew.
body spray, and I'm not ashamed to say it. In the years of '03, and in the years of '04, and in the years of
Mm,
'05, I was the man with X. Okay, I was the man with X, but X went in the
okay.
trash. X when you're a young man, that's acceptable. That's understandable. As you become older and graduate,
No,
listen.
no.
By the time you're 18, you need to go to Tommy Hilfiger cologne, and then you
Uh,
graduate as you get older to Chanel. Okay, X
uh,
goes in the trash right along with Rockaware,
mhm.
Academics, and Mesquite.
And
Nobody's
LL
wearing
Cool J.
those
And LL
brands
Cool
anymore.
J.
You shouldn't be
Yeah.
wearing X right
I'm
along.
gonna tell you something.
Yes.
Axe is like Morena. I'm with Morena all the way. Axe, he is cheap as hell. AF if he uses Axe. I'm gonna tell you something. Transition, I'd rather smell like soap. I'd rather have a man that smells like freaking Irish Spring rather than Axe. That's how bad it is. And y'all know The strong Irish Spring smell.
What's
Okay.
wrong? What's the matter with the Irish Spring smell?
Nothing is wrong with it. Trust me. I use sometimes Irish Spring. It smells good. It smells better than Axe. Ew. But let me
So,
tell you
so
something.
Denise, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you had a choice of being sprayed with Axe or being with a bunch of bums that smell bad, which one of the two would you pick?
I will take my nose clip and take my ass next to the bumps because Axe smell. Look, Axe is the modern equivalent of Brut de Fabrier. My God, look, there, there's dudes that I have walked by. I went to the grocery store like I think it was last year, the year before, and there was this dude that smelled literally like he was the fabric, the factory of Brut. That was so gross. Oh my Jesus Christ.
Well, you see
So
this cologne I have here?
what is that, Jose? Don't tell me that is Brut.
No, it's Royal Stallion.
Okay. I have not smelled it, so I can't judge you. But in all honesty, guys, it's time to transition into Fears by Abercrombie and Fitch. It's time to transition into Blue de Chanel. It's time to, if you're not into, if you are stingy, because that's another word for cheap, Bermuda is
Actually,
like, no, brute. Ew.
actually, a better word is frugal.
Yeah, let's just say that if you're frugal, then buy yourself a Nautica perfume. Just go into fucking, I don't know, Marshalls or something and buy a CK1. I'd rather smell CK1 than fucking Brute or fucking Axe or ugh, ugh, my God, that's
Imagine,
disgusting.
imagine you get exposed to Brute and Axe combined.
Oh my God, I will have a seizure. I will collapse. In all honesty, like guys, like, no, go to those smells. Go into the light. We don't do the dark side when it comes to smell. Like I said, Fears, Blue de Chanel, freaking Dior, Giorgio Armani has excellent smells. Um, yeah, just transition. CK1 is still gross, but at least I won't need a nose clip. Okay,
Um,
Push is cool.
I recommend you guys, like, okay, first off, for any men out there, make sure you got your body wash game tight. Okay, me
Hmm.
personally, I recommend Everyman Jack. It's a brand that you can get in Walmart and in Target. It's called Everyman Jack. You can either get it in cedarwood, sandalwood, or citrus. Me personally, I recommend all three. And if you're a dirty dude, grab all three. Just grab them. Just grab them and get some
And
extra steps of cologne.
another thing that I would say, guys, I'm going to be graphic. I mean, I don't believe in the God in God, but Lord forgive me. Balls deodorant is needed. Scalp
Facts.
deodorant is needed. I am so sorry, but gross. Like I said, the
Facts.
same with some ladies. I've seen some ladies. Look, if your perfumes come in the form of a splash, I don't know you.
No,
I
that's old
just
school. That's old school. Please don't be putting on Stetson. Please don't be out here using Stetson cologne. Don't do that. And don't use Old Spice cologne either. If you're splashing cologne, are you still getting shoe shines? Please don't do that. Because
Oh
you
my
must
God,
still be
yes.
getting shoe shines and wearing overalls if you're using splash cologne. I shouldn't see nobody doing that in this day and age. Me
Goddess
personally,
says, don't they have men wipes? Yeah, Melanated Night has aloe vera and
yes.
eucalyptus wipes. Those are male wipes.
Hmm.
Male wipes
Yes.
are
Yes.
excellent. Ask him. He'll say it. But
But
yeah,
you know,
going back to the splash, ladies, if you smell like Victoria's Secret pears, pear and lavender, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel.
And ladies, because yeah, like what you were saying, Denise, we got to get on the ladies too. Ladies, y'all better change out some of them leggings, okay? Y'all shouldn't be wearing those leggings until they got holes in them and everything. And some women are not taking care of themselves out there because you get close to that thing, and it's like Buster Rhymes. It's just like hoo ha, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So, ladies, make sure that you got your proper hygiene care as well, because we gonna. I'm gonna worry about the men, but the men can't be coming correct, and y'all ain't coming correct either now. Like as for the men on cologne recommendations, I recommend Yves Saint Laurent Cologne, also Chanel Platinum Egoist. You have multiple. Me personally, I prefer Creed cologne. That's one of my favorites. It's too many options out there, and hey, and I would rather you save up your money because if you're already dirty, just go another couple of weeks. Your reputation is already messed up. So just go another couple of weeks, save up for a good cologne, and then you'll be able to gradually change your reputation over.
oh,
And
Of
make sure you bathe
course.
yourself.
hey, I gotta share this story. One day when my mother, God rest her soul, she went to a doctor's appointment. I think she had a doctor's appointment, and she passed by a lady, and the lady smelled so bad that my mother almost threw up.
I can only imagine that she was probably smelling like a baby prostitute from Victoria's Secret. Like peaches, it's just the smells they come up with. Peaches and cream. Ugh, that's so gross. Like, ew. No. Ugh,
Yeah,
that's
and
just
don't spray that
disgusting.
over funk. That does not mix well with funk. You got to bathe
I
first.
had a friend, I'm not going to say because I'm still friendly, not friends, but friendly with her. But I
Mhm.
had a friend that I saw, and I never went back out with her again, spraying the ass part of her pants with splash. I was like, what, 22 at the time? Oh, I mean, I understand why she's still single. Ew. And she was like, well, I haven't done my laundry. I am sorry. And I'm like, oh, that's just disgusting. Ladies, take your ass to Macy's and go fucking shopping for a fucking fragrance. I am being literally. I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't have enough money, Happy by Clinique is still acceptable. It's the equivalent of CK1. It's not the best smell in the world. You still smell like a fucking orange. But at least I won't need my nose clip. Okay? So there's no excuse. There is no excuse to smell like peaches and cream when you have so many fragrances to pick from. Even if you have to buy the infamous Never Staying Britney Spears fragrance. Okay. No, no, no. Morena says, tell me how did we get here regarding body on. Oh my God. MK said, well, Morena, it just got there because of the Libra fascination with smells and everything beautiful. But MK said, there are people who don't brush their damn teeth either. That is a big one, guys. If you do not have in your possession a toothbrush, a teeth whitening toothpaste, and a tongue scraper with floss and mouthwash, your mouth smells horrible. Okay, it's
Definitely.
just is
Definitely.
gross.
Don't walk out here with your mouth smelling like a scavenger. You don't want possum mouth, okay? So one thing you want to do is brush with Crest, and I recommend brushing with baking soda as well.
Oh
And then
yeah.
you gargle with the Listerine. I can't remember the name of it, but you want to gargle with that rusted colored looking Listerine, not the green. The
Yeah, not the blue one. Those are, it has to be the golden one. Look, I got one from, because I'm trying to do more oh my god, I'm becoming a white woman, but I'm I'm getting more into like organic stuff. So I bought this system from Lumine. That it's literally, I think, sage, coconut, and I don't know what else with mint. And they sell this amazing mouthwash that is so intense, but it's really good. And I think you can get the whole thing with like whitening strips and whatnot for like $35. But on it, you don't have to buy that one. What Rakim said is, even if you buy the Equate golden mouthwash, that's sufficient. But make sure you also get a tongue scraper.
That's very important. That's very important because some of these people out here during these times of the pandemic, with a lot of people having to wear that mask, they've come to the realization about how their breath really smells. Because I know half of you guys was about to damn near kill yourselves with that mask on, because you've been killing everybody else before the pandemic. So make
Yeah.
sure you brush your teeth. Make sure you get a great Listerine mouthwash, and make sure you just take care of yourself. Damn it. People are too damn old to be walking out here smelling like this. And clean up your damn house. That's enough said. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. And don't forget that even if you do the dishes, you still have to wash the sink because the sink smells.
Oh my goodness.
No. JS said Karen's explaining. Yeah, I think it's transitioning into that because trust me, I have been trying to move from plastic and certain things. I'm still, look, I have an obsession with the my toothpaste. I cannot let go of the Colgate whitening red toothpaste. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's very generic, but it's the best for my teeth. So I have not, because I tried the Luminex one and it's gross. I use it from time to time, but it's not the same. But to be honest with you guys, going back to the whole thing, Raquel Morena asked what the F is a possum mouth.
Possum. Well, we know possums will eat anything. And we all know what your breath smells like when you eat anything and you're going through garbage. That's an old southern term that my granddad used to say. You don't want your breath to be smelling like a possum's mouth. Brush your damn
Yeah.
teeth.
Ew, ew, ew. And the tongue too, because the bad smell of your mouth is your tongue. One of people talk about negatives about C19. I'm gonna talk about the positives. How, to be honest, Morena is like, oh my god, this is something that you should know before you move out. Yeah, out of mommy's house. Absolutely. But one thing I would say is that the positive things about C19 is that people got exposed about they got exposed to what we have been exposed for so long. Have you ever had a coworker, a neighbor, a friend that when they talk to you, your stomach is destroyed by smelling their breath? Well, this is your revenge. They have been smelling their whole breath for over 20 months.
Yeah, I'm surprised they still
Oh
here
my
with
god.
us. I'm
Oh
surprised they still
my
here with us. Because some
Uh,
people, I'm telling you, you'll just pass out and you'll be laying there with your eyes open, but you're not breathing. So some people need to really just make sure, Jesus Christ, just make sure, watch what you eat too, because your diet plays a real big part too in your breath. Because you just want to make sure that you brush, gargle, use a tongue scraper, and keep those Listerine strips on you at all times.
god. Oh yeah. Yeah, and Morena says halitosis. But look, Melanie and I said dudes gotta cut their fingernails too. Playing basketball or MMA, dudes be scratching you. That is true. You're not trying to go back to the 80s. You don't sniff cocaine, so cut them nails.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta admit, I gotta like what Melanated Knight was saying. I've been scratched in basketball games before, and I would land after doing a layup. Like, who the hell got nails? Is somebody out here? Is somebody out here like Wolverine from X Men? Who in the hell
And
got
those ones
nails?
burn. Because when your sweat gets on that, when you play basketball and someone scratches you and you're all sweaty, oh my God. You want to slap the person that scratched you. That's the worst. But I'm gonna say this, guys, because
And
I'm gonna start
to
wrapping this
clarify
up.
what Moreno was saying, yes, you're right. You're right, man. The halitosis.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm
disgusting.
just
Like I
gonna say
said,
Moreno is right. Halitosis. You're absolutely right. That'll put me in a comatosis.
comatosis. But guys, aside from all the nasty smells and the nasty practices and the nasty fragrances that people think that we enjoy, uh, let's start wrapping this up because I don't want to go over 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, Jose, final thoughts on its Libra season, and
Okay.
tomorrow it ends. So, what are
Well,
your final thoughts?
well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be on the screen. I just want to remind everybody that at 8:30 tonight, because it's now Friday. Now it's not Friday. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, and 7:30 Central Standard Time. I will be doing a live stream on the topic how to deal with stress during the holidays. So I would encourage everyone to please pop in and help me, grow my channel. Now, getting back to the original topic, we are wonderful people. This person is decisive. This person is prompt. So maybe I'm the exception. So be it. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you people. Um, I'm gonna close the same way I always close. People, please be careful because we gotta deal with C19, toxic people, and the mix, which are the mentally and intellectually challenged. Because if we fail to do that, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. And the next thing you know, we will become part of the toxic crowd, which is the mix. And that's all I got to say on it. Good morning, people.
Well, thank you so much, Jose. Thank you very much. Again, happy birthday. And I will put you backstage. Don't go anywhere. Now, Rakim, final thoughts on today's stream.
Oh, my final thoughts is once again shout out to the Libras. Most Libras that I've met have been extraordinary people and have been kind people. And yeah, just shout out to the Libras. Also, of course, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I want people to take care of themselves. Understand too that when you're fighting cancer, you have to change your diet. Me personally, I prefer people to become vegan, and I want people to be able to, once they spot that they have cancer, I want people to take the initiative to go all out with their diet. I'm talking about juicing, plenty of greens, vegetables, because we know that the medical industry is a business and it's not really meant to help people's health. It's just meant to treat what they already have. So, shout out to the Libras once again. Shout out to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And, if you got families that's going through, if you got people in your family that's going through cancer, everything, just be there for them. Try to do what you can for them because it's something that's very, very serious. Also, what Jose was saying, Domestic Violence Month. If you have any relatives that you think that may be a victim of domestic violence or anything like that, try to get them help, try to get them away from the person that they're dealing with. because we obviously lose people from domestic violence, especially women, and that's something that's not to be played with. That's something not to be joked around with. So that's all I wanted to say. And once again, shout out to yourself, Denise. You know, you the coolest Libra I know. And shout out to everybody else.
Thank you, Rakim. I'm going to put you backstage. Now, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Like you heard Jose and Rakim, we are amazing people. We are the best. Don't choose to be salty. There's still other flavors to be. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but in all seriousness, guys, I hope you guys enjoy it. Not everything has to be serious or business. We can also have fun because here on Latin Explaining, Latin explainers are versatile. And that's why we're the best at entertainment, making fun of people, making fun of fragrances that are disgusting. And like I said before, we are inspirational people. We are, people that actually, Alexa's acting out. Um, but before Alexa interrupt, let me go back to what I was saying. We are important entities in society, and every sign is also important. I'm not trying to diminish everybody, but in all honesty, I am proud to be a Libra. I know everybody that is a Libra understands what I'm saying. We bring balance to this crazy world with different polarities, and that's why we are needed. Now, guys, we also make your world more beautiful. So, like I said, to all my fellow Libras that are watching or the ones that are on the recap, happy birthday. I hope that you have a very beautiful year filled with beautiful things, awesome smells. Balance individuals, stay away from the drama. Don't beat yourself up because you're non confrontational. you know don't hesitate to let your true colors show. Be honest with yourself too, and keep thriving. Now, guys, I want to thank everybody that came out here tonight and tuned in. I want to make a quick announcement. I'm also going to promote it on the next stream, but I'm going to be moving starting in November. I'm going to move Latin explaining schedule to Tuesdays and Fridays. So, of course, because of professional decisions, I have to do this. Money is important to me. You guys know it. So, I'm not going to pass out on opportunities to make money. So, unfortunately, I'm going to change to Tuesdays and Fridays, but I hope you guys stick with me, and I will be here to bring you the best news, bring you the best entertainment, the best news on sports and music and whatnot. Like I said, guys, before I go, thank you very much for allowing me into your homes and in your devices. I hope to see you guys Monday here again at 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This has been another great episode of Latin Explaining with Denise. Thank you guys very much. Have a lovely weekend. And if you are not with a Libra, you're missing out. Have a nice one, guys. It has been a pleasure. See you guys on the next one. Peace.